ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the JV Sports Show. James Spoovy alongside my co-host Vince Delicio. Vince, another exciting Thursday night football game. It was all Poston Butte last night.
It was all Poston Butte, but I got to tell you, I'm really proud of the way Apache Junction played. They're not necessarily such a thing as moral victories, but they came out, they battled throughout the game, never gave up, but ultimately the number one team in the state in 4A prevailed.
We had a great time out there in the Santan Valley bringing that game to the masses. It was all Poston Butte, but as you mentioned, Apache Junction did a great job battling through and really a resilient football team under Coach Bruce Binkley. So it was a great matchup there, and we got some more exciting Arizona high school football action coming your way very soon, too.
Yes, let's take a look.
Starting in the 6A division, let's take a look. Hamilton defeating Saguaro tonight by a score of 13-7. That was a big game. That was a national game, Vince, on ESPN2 tonight.
And Chaparral defeated Brophy 35-0.
Looking at the 5A division tonight, the Campo Verde Coyotes over the Notre Dame Prep Saints by a score of 27-12.
At Skyline tonight, Skyline defeats McClintock 28-27.
Looking at the 4A division, the Moon Valley Rockets surprising upset over Glendale 34-30 on the road.
5A Cactus Shadows hosts 4A Arcadia and defeats the Titans by a final score of 36-19.
Looking into the 3A division, the Blue Ridge against Arizona College Prep 42-37. That game played tonight over at Chandler High School.
In the Battle of the Beeline, Payson defeats Fountain Hills 28-14.
In the 2A division tonight, the Pima Rough Riders barely losing to Wilcox by a score of 13-12 on the road at Wilcox.
And Scottsdale Christian defeats Camp Verde 37-6.
In the 1A division, Superior all over the Tempe Prep Knights by a score of 54-7.
And Anthem Prep hosting Mojave Accelerated at North Phoenix Prep. Anthem Prep prevails 70-24.
Wow, another exciting week of Arizona high school football events. Coming up next, after the break, we sit down and talk with Benjamin Franklin head coach Dave Jeffries and a few of those players out there as well.
We'll be right back on the JV Sports Show. Don't go away.
Stay tuned.
I'm here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
At Angel Dentistry, our focus is to provide the highest quality and comprehensive family and cosmetic dentistry care. From checkups and cleanings to advanced issues like gum disease and implants, Angel Dentistry will provide an array of dental services to meet all of your family's needs. With extensive experience in using the latest dental techniques and state-of-the-art technology, visit us online at angeldentistry.net for more information or call to schedule your appointment.
Welcome back to the JV Sports Show. So, James, as you know, last week I was out at Benjamin Franklin, the 3A state finalist from last season, had a chance to visit with Coach Dave Jeffries and a few of his players. Let's go take a look.
Let's do it.
All right. Hey, guys. All right, so I'm at Benjamin Franklin High School, home of the Chargers. I'm here with head football coach Dave Jeffries. Coach Jeffries, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing just fine, thanks.
All right, so Coach, this is your 6th year here. You've had a lot of success. You and down at the 3A, you're 4A now, but last year playing for a state championship. And what was that experience like? And what's the off season been like for you?
Last year was an amazing season. It was kind of a dream season. The ball bounced our way several times. We had built a really, really tough schedule, had some really great games. Came out on just about all of them, came out on top. But anyway, that was a fun experience for me. I'd never been a part of that as a player or a coach in over 20 years of coaching. And so that was a real special experience to be able to be a part of that program, be a part of that team, and see what when I got here 6 years ago, what we looked like then compared to how far we've come. It's just been an amazing experience.
Okay, so now, obviously, 3A, that was in the past. Now you guys are 4A. Immediate differences that you've noticed about the jump in level?
Well, that we we don't have a lot of the size that some of the 4A teams have physically, and we kind of ran into that even in 3A. We were outsized even last year in 3A by most of our opponents. So we're kind of used to that already. We're just, we're a really small school, and we're not necessarily a football destination school, so it's not necessarily the best matchup in the world, but it is what it is. So we're just doing what we can with what we have where we are. So
Okay, so we really lucked out because the game that we are featuring, the Thursday night game of the week, is probably the biggest game of the year on our schedule, if not, one of the biggest games of the year. It's a rematch of last year's 3A state championship game. What can you say about ALA Queen Creek?
Well, we've yet to beat them, so that's kind of always been it's kind of that monkey on our back that we just haven't been able to shed yet. We're excited about this year. We're always excited to play them. Their school that's right down the street from us. A lot of the kids from the same neighborhoods. A lot of the kids know each other, and I'm actually live in the same neighborhood as Coach Edwards. So we know each other pretty well. We just haven't got the better of them yet. We're looking forward to the game though, and hope the outcome's different this time around.
So, you guys get the win this week. Are you going to TP his house, or how's that going to work? What's going to happen there? Any pranks that you guys have going either the night before or right after the game?
Nothing planned yet, but we'll see.
So I'm here with the man that makes it happen, the quarterback of this Charger team, Dason Blair. Dason, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good.
Great. Dason, I wanted to ask you, so you've been here at Benjamin Franklin 4 years, correct?
That is right.
Okay, playing in a state championship game last year, what was that like?
Oh, it was awesome. Seeing the work from our past seniors last year, making it all the way, constantly progressing, and it showed by us making it all the way to the end, and it was amazing to see how it all came together.
Nice. This school is an academic institution. What are your academic interests here?
Academic interests.
Have you taken the ACT?
I have taken the ACT.
What'd you score, like a 50?
I wish I scored that high. Definitely academic school, so work a lot on ACT, SAT, make sure we're ready for all that stuff, ready for college, and so, yeah.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I've always thought dentistry or being a chiropractor would be really cool. So
Nice.
Majoring in that would be awesome.
Okay. Hey, guys, here with another team captain from this Benjamin Franklin Charger football team, senior Dean Taro, offensive lineman, D lineman, one of my guys. All right, Dean, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you. So, Dean, we were talking a little bit off camera. You're not an only child. How many siblings do you have?
7 siblings.
You have 7 siblings. You're one of 8. One of 8. That's, you talk about, a lineman's dream. I mean, you're in there fighting for food every day and trying to get in there, make sure that you can get in the fridge. And so what kind of inspiration, because you're one of the youngest in your house, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any older siblings that have inspired you to pursue sports?
Yeah, definitely my older brother. He's kind of the reason why I started playing football originally. I didn't do it for me. I just wanted to play with my brother.
Nice. Okay, and you've been here 4 years, so a great academic institution. Playing in the 3A state championship game last year. Now you guys are 4A. What are you guys expecting from this ALA Queen Creek team when you play them this week?
Oh, well, it's definitely going to be a tough matchup again. They always come, they play hard, but we're coming to play hard too. So
nice. How do you feel about your quarterback? I just had a conversation with him. Is this guy a pretty special player?
Oh, definitely. He's always putting in the work on and off the field, always studying, always working hard after practice, so, he gets the job done.
Great answer. Very selfless. Dean Terrell, offensive lineman, defensive lineman for this Benjamin Franklin Charger team. There's a lot of academicians here at this school, folks. Dean, thanks so much for joining me, and I look forward to meeting your 7 siblings.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Here with another lineman, team captain, Noah Badger. Noah, you play Mike linebacker, you play offensive line, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're a senior this year. Talk a little bit about your experience here the past 4 years.
It's been great. The brotherhood we have it's pretty unmatched, and we've been successful the last couple of years, and that's always nice.
Are you just saying that because these guys are standing around here getting water and looking at you funny, or do you really mean that?
No, sir, I mean that.
Okay, so you guys are a tight-knit group. You played in the state championship last year. You got a shot at redemption coming up this week against ALA Queen Creek. What are you expecting from them?
It's always a tough game with them, they bring their best and we bring ours. So I mean, we'll just give what we got, you know, and leave it all on the field.
Do you have any friends on their team?
Yeah, I have a couple. A couple kids used to go here, so.
You guys make fun of each other, but in game week, any hazing, anything like that you want to talk about?
No, nothing.
Okay, nothing worth publishing. All right. Okay, Noah Badger, great meeting you. Good luck this week, and we look forward to covering you, and we'll see you in a few nights.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Boy, Ben Franklin ready to do some damage, Vince, after moving up to the 4A division this year. It's going to be an exciting one on Thursday Night Football coming up this week. Benjamin Franklin at ALA Queen Creek.
Yeah. And when we come back from the break, we're going to head out to ALA Queen Creek and visit with head football coach Rich Edwards and a few of his players.
Stay tuned here on the JV Sports Show. We'll catch up with the Patriots right after these messages.
Go, JV.
Drop of the majestic Black Mountain and iconic carefree sundial is historic Spanish Village, one of the most picturesque and historic landmarks in Arizona, featuring beautiful artistry, amazing restaurants, and the friendliest people. Home of the world-famous Keeler Steakhouse, Pizza Cotta, the Black Mountain Coffee Shop, as well as studios featuring local and world-renowned artistry. Just 1 mile north of the boulders on Scottsdale Road to Tom Darlington, in the heart of downtown carefree, historic Spanish
For an
Village.
affordable and dependable pool service company that provides excellent weekly pool maintenance, then call Pool Daddy. Pool Daddy has been providing weekly pool service and equipment repairs for residential and commercial properties since 2006. We strive to be the premier pool maintenance company, giving personal attention to each of our customers' unique needs and requirements. Call our office at 602-380-4584 or email pooldaddyaz@gmail.com to request your free weekly pool service evaluation. Pool Daddy.
Hey, guys. All right, so I'm here with ALA Queen Creek Patriots kicker Mckayden Chatwin. Mckayden, all right, you're a kicker.
Go 10 seconds.
All right, then what?
And then I kind of just spread my legs.
Okay, I can't go that far. I think I'm about right here. Okay,
No,
then
you're
what do you
good.
do?
I go down the middle first.
Okay, and why do you do all this?
It just helps me prepare so I don't tear anything or strain anything while I'm kicking.
Okay, and how are you doing kicking-wise this year?
Good. I made the first 2 field goals in game, which were 40 and 42.
Wow.
So, not bad.
How does it feel kind of being on your own program? Does coach know that you've got your kind of your own schedule? You come out here, you kick, and then you go home, or how does that work?
So I come out here just 30 minutes early during film, and then I stretch, I do my stretches, and then I kick while the team is doing their thing, and I stay while they're kicking. So
Do you condition with the team?
yes, sir, I do.
Oh, you condition with the team. Okay. All right. So what is important about being a good kicker? Is it like do you do the straight on thing? Do you kind of soccer style? What do you do? Do you wear a shoe?
I do wear a shoe.
Okay. That's all right. All right.
For me, I take my 3 steps back and I take about 2.5 over, and then I come straight off the ball and I just swing through. I don't know
Wow.
how to explain it, but
Okay. Well, to the layman, you can't explain it, but I'm sure you've got this routine and this thing going. And how long have you been kicking?
I've been kicking since my freshman year, and I'm a senior now.
Who's your inspiration besides me?
I don't have an inspiration other than my brother because he kicked in high school and he kind of taught me when I was younger.
Nice. Okay, so Mckayden Chatwin, Patriots kicker. Looking forward to seeing you in a couple of nights against the Ben Franklin Chargers. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, guys. Yeah, sure. Thanks, Coach. All right, so out at American Leadership Academy, Queen Creek, 3A state champions here with head football coach Rich Edwards. Coach Edwards, how are you doing, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. So starting to cool off a little bit. You're out here under the lights at night. State champ, Coach, but now you're the new kid on the block starting 4A. How's the experience been so far?
Well, so far it's been good. Actually, with the start of the year being pushed back, it's a little nicer with the weather being cooler as well. But 4A so far, we've opened up with St. Mary's. We played Buckeye last weekend, and so far so good. We're excited about the opportunities we have to play new schools. Though Ben Franklin is not a new school; they're a rival of ours and a neighbor of ours that we've played for several years and have had a good experience playing them. But we're excited so far. We're pleased with 4A. Excited for the new challenge.
What's interesting about this rivalry with the guys down the street is that this is a true rivalry. A few of these kids know a few of those kids. They're friends off the field, but then on the field. And in fact, you and Coach Jeffries are practically neighbors. You live very close to each other. He talked a little bit about maybe some hazing situations going on pregame, postgame. I don't know anything about that, but is that anything you care to expand on? Like whoever wins this year, do you have to carry his books for a week? I mean, what's all that about?
Well, I don't know about that, but I know some of his kids have come to my house to sell fundraising cards. I think some of our kids have
toss those guys out, or?
No, I actually said, hey, you make sure Coach Jeffries knows that Coach Edwards bought one of your cards. So we have a good time with it. We actually go to church together, and last year after the championship game, and those are a little bit raw feelings sometimes, but I think
Coach, he's never beat you.
Yeah, he never has, and I guess surprisingly, I'll take that back. Coach Jeffries beat me when he was at Thatcher pretty handily our first year in the AIA, and so that was in the playoffs, and he took a chunk out of us then. But he and I have enjoyed our relationship, and it's gotten closer as I moved over into his neighborhood, and we've enjoyed our relationship.
What would you say now that you're in 4A? Some of the hurdles that you can anticipate. I know it's still somewhat early in the season, but looking ahead in your schedule, and not necessarily looking past anybody, but what do you anticipate as a common theme with this 4A now?
Well, I think what we're seeing is we have to be a little more prepared week in and week out. The top teams in 3A, I believe, are teams that could compete in 4A, and it's just not the depth of the entire conference that I think I see more of here. And the depth of the kids. They're the second team kids or the backups here are just a little more capable than what they are in smaller schools with the numbers. That's just a given, and it's obvious. It's not a knock on anybody or any program. It's just the nature of what it is. So I think us needing to be a little more prepared week in and week out is what I've noticed.
Well, Coach, we look forward to covering you guys. This is going to be a big game, one of the biggest games of the year for us on our broadcast schedule, based purely on the fact that it's such a rivalry game and so much is at stake. It was the final game of the year last year for both your teams. It's situated in the... All right, guys, so I'm here with one of the linemen here from the Patriots of ALA Queen Creek, Micah Farron. Micah, how you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome. All right, so Micah, big game this week. You guys are defending state champions in 3A. You moved up to 4A. Talk a little bit about what you remember that state championship game with Ben Franklin.
Oh, man. That state championship game last year, it was so fun.
You guys pounded him, didn't you?
Yeah. We should have done more, but...
Okay, all right.
But it was just a fun game. Just Ben Franklin being so close, having that rivalry.
You got friends over there?
Yeah, my cousin. She goes there.
Oh, wow.
And so I know a ton of them and some of their friends, and so it's really fun to play them.
What are you expecting when you meet them a couple nights from now on the field?
I'm expecting somewhat of a battle. I don't know exactly who they lost or who they gained this year, and so it's going to be a good game, that's for sure.
Hey, guys. All right, so here with quarterback Logan Hubler of this ALA Queen Creek Patriots football team. Logan, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you. So we spoke off camera briefly. You told me one of your all-time greatest role models is Peyton Manning. Why?
Just the way he played the game. He knew what he was doing.
Why not Tom Brady? You're wearing a Patriots jersey.
I just haven't been a fan of the Patriots, but the way he explained the game and what he did for others, it just inspired me to play.
Okay, how long have you been a quarterback?
It's been a couple of years. I'd probably say like 5 or 6 years now.
What is your favorite passing route?
Passing route, probably a post route.
Nice. Okay. All right. There's a little bit of strategy we're giving away to your opponent here this week. So you guys this week, it's a rematch of the state championship game. Even though it's mid-season, you guys are playing Ben Franklin. You played them in the 3A state championship last year. You guys won the state championship. How important do you think this game is to them?
Oh, it would be very important to them. You know, they want to get the revenge from last year, so it's probably very high on their priority.
What are you expecting to bring to the game? What did they do well last year that you remember?
From our team?
From theirs.
From theirs, their defense did very well, and they struggled, or they had a struggle for the passing game. So we want to come out strong in the passing game. We want to be able to run the ball, and we want to get those touchdowns.
Nice. So pass defense. Okay, great.
Wow, those Patriots out there at ALA Queen Creek, Vince, they get it done. All Rich Edwards does is win football games out there in the Southeast Valley.
I tell you what, James, you're 100% right, and that game on Thursday night is going to be electric.
It's going to be great. When we come back from the break, we'll catch up with Highland Hawks head coach Brock Farrell here on the JV Sports Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Started Stessa Movement Company 2 years ago with their customers' clothing styles in mind. They designed for you. Their goal is to clothe the world. It's high-end clothing at affordable prices. Check out and follow this cool streetwear clothing company on Twitter at Stessa Movement and Instagram at Stessa Co. I wear Stessa gear in our broadcasts. It looks and feels great. Sponsoring the Stessa JV Sports Show Player of the Week Award and proud partners of the JV Sports Show. Stessa Movement.
James here to tell you about TBA, Training Better Athletes. Founded by renowned offensive line coach Ron Sowers, their philosophy is based upon training and building well-rounded athletes and young men. They are the go-to training program for talented offensive and defensive linemen seeking to excel in middle and high school programs and preparing to excel at the next level. Coach Sowers continues to prepare student athletes for their collegiate careers at schools such as Notre Dame, Arizona State, and Oregon State, just to name a few. Contact TBA today at 602-435-9064 or visit their website at trainingbetterAthletes.com. You can't cheat the grind.
We caught up with head football coach Brock Farrell of Highland High School right after his big win over Perry tonight, 42-9.
Let's talk with Coach Farrell.
That's
Okay now?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, great. All right, so let's just get the reset here, Vince. We're pretty much ready to go.
Okay.
Okay, Coach, let's go for it. Go for
All
it,
right.
Vince.
All right, welcome back to the JV Sports Show. So we are joined by 4-0 Highland head football coach Brock Farrell. Coach Farrell, congratulations on the big win tonight. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. It was a big win for our program. That was excellent.
You guys 4-0. You guys are off to a really good start, Coach. Talk about the challenge that lies ahead of you next week in those Queen Creek Bulldogs. Recently, newly hired head coach Joe Germain back with the program again.
Yeah, they're always physical. You know, they got a lot of dudes. They got a lot of dudes with a lot of talent. You know, and I think that there is kind of some like background rivalry with Queen Creek and Highland. Just like a lot of kids know each other. A lot of them go to like the same church and the same, you know, social groups, and you know, the old men of the communities have like side bets on who's going to win the game and just all sorts of stuff like that. So, you know, you kind of throw the records out when Queen Creek comes to town, or if you go to Queen Creek, because, you know, they always bring their best, especially when they play us.
Well, Friday night on the YurView Cox Game of the Week, again, it's Highland versus Queen Creek. I'm looking ahead at your schedule, Coach, and I know we just want to go week to week here, but it doesn't get much easier, does it?
No, it certainly does not. You know, I joked that we basically moved into the SEC West. You know, it's like you get Auburn, and then right after Auburn, you get Alabama. And we had to fill a game because they had to fill our bye week when they redid the schedule. And my AD and I looked to see what teams were available, and Queen Creek was one of them. And I said, you watch. They're going to give us Queen Creek because they're the best team available of everybody left, and they totally did. So, you know, we went from a really tough schedule to even harder. So, but our kids love the challenge, man. They were wanting to play Queen Creek, you know, after our playoff loss last year. So they're definitely going to be hungry this week.
Coach, we wish you nothing but continued success. Head coach Brock Farrell of the Highland Hawks joining us here on the JV Sports Show. Thanks again for taking the time. Good luck next week against Queen Creek, and we'll be definitely watching that game and watching you guys for the rest of the season.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me on. Go Hawks.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
See ya.
Excellent. Thanks for your time, Coach. That's all we needed. Appreciate you.
You
Have
bet.
a great night. Congratulations again. Go celebrate.
Thanks. Sounds good.
Thanks, guys. Bye. The Highland Hawks, always tough out there in the East Valley events. They face off against the Queen Creek Bulldogs next week. That's going to be a fantastic game.
It is. Good luck to them. Can't wait. Welcome back to the JV Sports Show. So now it's that time of the show where we kind of wrap everything up, and we remind you to subscribe to our YouTube page. Go to YouTube, type in JV Sports Show, and click that subscribe button, and that way it'll open you up to all of our broadcasts for free and alert you every time something's about to go on air.
That's right, Vince. In addition to subscribing to us on YouTube, make sure and go to Twitter. Follow us at JV Sports Show. We like to do a lot of special things during the game. When we're able to give you some special looks at the band and maybe some fan views, special stuff like that. So make sure and follow us there as well at JV Sports Show on Twitter. A lot of exciting things on the horizon for us.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight. And we'll talk to you next week. Go JV.
Go JV. Thanks again for tuning in. Everybody stay safe, wear a mask, and we'll talk to you next week.